Welcome to the Heart to Heartland podcast. Here are your hosts.
Welcome back to the Heart to Heartland podcast. It's your two hosts, Soile and Izzy here again. And it feels like a long time because we recorded the last two episodes back to back.
Oh my god, so it's been 2 weeks. Wow.
Yeah.
Long time, very long time for us.
Yeah. Feeling a little rusty, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, let's just jump into the updates because we have a fun episode coming today. I feel like, but I don't.
It's gonna be really funny. Like last week was funny when I was editing it and I'm like laughing at whatever was going on. I'm like, this is chaos, but this week's gonna be absolutely hilarious too. So
Yeah. Okay, so in the latest episode we did, you also mentioned this. They're voting for what's it called?
like audience, it's like the Audience Choice Awards.
Yeah.
For the Canadian Screen Awards. So it's like Canadian Oscars, I guess.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it.
So Heartland made it through the first round, and now it's while we're filming, it's round 2, and they're up there. And by the time this episode comes out, hopefully they're made it through to period 3, which is from Friday, February 18th till Thursday, 24th. And that's going to be top 5. And then a week after that, it's going to be top 3. And then the winner is announced. So keep on voting. It's 100 votes per email. So.
Get those thumb exercises in, people.
Yeah,
go to the thumb gym.
My thumb has never been this ripped.
Yes, and the fans should be really proud of themselves because Heartland was not even an option on the Audience Choice Awards website because Canadian Screen Awards every year snub Heartland every single year, and every single year I send them hate mail. Anyways, so we did that, by the way. So you guys give yourself a pat on the back, and I sent out some. So let's just say the fans have been doing more promo than CBC has in 15 years. Anyways.
Yeah. And then there must be something in the water because it's our second pregnancy announcement this year.
Crazy.
Madison posted this Rihanna style announcement.
Everybody's doing that now, all the pregnant people. And it's cute though. It's like, it's adorable. I love it. But it's like, there's nothing else to do but, get pregnant. So might as well, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. Baby number 3 is coming sometime later this year.
I wonder what that's going to be for Jade. Because they've already underused Jade the last 2 seasons, and like she's not going to be in it. I can't imagine because she's going to be so pregnant.
Yeah, because I'm like happy for her, honestly,
right, of course,
with Michelle, but I'm also like, come on, it's like
for selfish reasons. It's like, what about Jade and Lou? Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
very happy for them, very sad for myself.
Yeah. And then I don't know what this is exactly, but I'm suspecting it's a rap song. Drew Davis, who plays Logan on season 15, teased about something happening this Saturday, 19th of February, and it was titled 18, I guess because he's turning 18, but maybe it's the name of the song. Not sure, but
interesting.
Yeah, should be good to.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, to see his talents a little bit more. And then Rave It Up, the podcast from Australia, is doing a signed photo contest with Cindy Busby's photo. And the contest ends March 12th. So you still have time to enter, and we'll link the post in the description so you know where to go. And then something interesting that caught my eye. Dempsey Prick, who played Wyatt, joined the cast of Willow, which is a Disney Plus series that's made with Lucasfilms. So
that's a really big deal.
George Lucas is involved. So it's based on a movie, I think, an older movie that I am not familiar with, but apparently it's a big thing, and it's premiering later this year.
Good for him. That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of role he has and, see him in a different kind of surrounding.
That's cool. Yeah, no kidding. I don't think I've seen him in anything else. Good for him. That's incredible.
He's doing well. Speaking of other roles and projects, Caitlin Leap has a Valentine movie out. She only just posted about this, so we didn't have time to promote it for Valentine's, but it's available on Super Channel Heart and Home. I'll link this schedule in the description, but it's also available for streaming and on demand. And then later this year, April 19th, she'll have a Lifetime movie coming out in the US called Falling Angels Murder Club, Heroes and Felons.
Oh my God, I'm watching that. I am watching that.
So she's been busy. Yeah.
I've been wondering a lot lately whether Cassandra's, non-appearances have to do with the writers or Caitlin, because she has young kids and she has so many projects on the go.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? So it's like, what could it possibly, I miss her so much on Heartland, guys. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I just made a post about her and Amy on my Heartland Instagram, and looking through old photos and like everything, I was like, damn, like
I know.
I kind of want to see that again. Like, I know she's busy and like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just always wanted to learn more about Cassandra. It's like,
I feel like nobody, including myself, really liked her when she first came in, but oh my God, I love her so much, especially when you realize that Amy had no friends until Cassandra came along. So, I'm looking at her IMDb right now, and guys, it looks really good. The Fallen Angels thing. She's a detective.
Yeah, and
it's in case anyone's wondering.
Apparently, like some kind of, I don't know, like a series of movies, I guess.
Oh, oh my God, there's literally another Heartland guest star in it as well. The dude who played Lanny Barrick in season 6, Rob Stewart. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Yeah. So
anyways, that looks good.
Yeah. That's all the updates we have this week, and on we go.
So I am super excited about this because I posted on our H2HL Instagram asking you guys for confessions, unpopular opinions, and I wanted like brutal honesty. So I said, these are going to stay anonymous. So you don't have to worry about anyone finding out what you're going to say. And it worked because we got some really juicy ones. And Soile hasn't read these. I have, and I laughed at them for hours, but you haven't. So this is going to be really fun.
Yeah, because the first one we did was based on Tumblr confessions.
Right.
The second one on Instagram confessions, and now it's you guys. So
yeah, that's gonna be good. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone said, if Lou and Mitch hadn't got together, I'd love to see Mitch and Amy together. Thanks, Soile. What was that about?
Okay, so I am currently, or I have been writing this for like a couple of years.
Fanfic.
Yeah, because I saw this confession. It was something like, something like if Amy and Mitch would have gotten together, I think it would have worked out. And I was like, that's an interesting thought. So I started thinking about it more, and then I just started writing, and now it's like
people agree with you.
It's like it has a mind of its own, and it's going forward. And I'm like, I don't know if that's necessarily what I would have wanted to happen in the show, because it's a little
for sure.
But at the same time, it's fan fiction. You can do whatever you want.
Anything can happen, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been fun to explore the options. Like, how would that actually work, and how would they get along? And like,
I'm thinking about it now, and like the height difference.
Right.
Oh my God. Reminds me of Jack and Lisa. Anyways.
Yeah, but
that was thanks to you.
It's
You've
interesting.
Been giving people ideas.
Yeah, that I've been influencing people, because I've being kind of like,
you're an influencer now.
yeah,
You're an Instagram fanfic influencer.
Because I'm like, does this seem too weird to people? Because, you know, this fandom is very set on the pairings that are already like on the show. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to, you know, do a lot of work to convince people that this could be something, but I guess I'm doing something right, because
you're multi-talented in the fandom universe, so
I mean,
down to you.
I'm honored if someone thinks that, because
I'll tell you who it was after, because we obviously know this person. Okay. I'm not gonna be like ratting people out.
Yeah, because we promised.
I just noticed there's a big hole in my shirt, so if you see that, don't think I'm poor. I just didn't notice.
It's the style these days.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. It's the new aesthetic. Okay. Yeah. This one is my absolute favorite out of all of them. I absolutely adore the person who wrote this and this whole comment. And this also reminded me right away of when you were on set for Fans' Extra Day and for season 12. You're gonna know why in a second, okay? Okay. This person said, Jack's mustache is horrible and too long. How can Lisa stand to kiss him? Do you know what I'm talking about now? Because somebody asked Michelle what it's like to kiss Peter's chin wig, and then Michelle's like, you should ask Jessica Steen what it's like to have to kiss. Yeah. So that's where my mind went.
Yeah, because I was like, haven't we talked about this? But yeah, that's why we talked about this, because apparently it's not nice, I guess.
So like, okay, that's the thing though, that's literally my confession that's been in the back of my mind, because it's like, I'm not gonna ask that's so random. So I'm glad somebody else did, because it makes me feel a little normal. But seriously though, I'm trying to think if I've ever kissed someone with that big of a mustache. I don't know what that would be like. Have you? Have you ever kissed someone with a Sam Elliott mustache before?
No, just like stubble.
I feel like same stubble, but like it makes your face numb after a while. It's like, how do you kiss someone with that big of a mustache? And
I have a question for you,
because slivers. Okay,
because you did the Jack cosplay or whatever, and wait, no, you had.
It was just a sticker one, and it was super uncomfortable. It was like super uncomfortable. But like that was me having a fake mustache for a day, and I also didn't kiss anyone with it, so I don't know.
Not to say that you were like lower budget or anything.
No, but listen, I was the Walmart Jack, the Walmart to the Chanel Jack. That's what I was.
But I'm trying to think. You know, having that glued to your upper lip, like,
oh my god. Like, well, remember when he had the fake one for 3 years? I wonder what's worse for Sean.
True.
And also what's worse for Jessica, because there's a difference between his thin little taped on mustache and then when season 4 came and it was like, oh my god, Sam Elliott is put to shame right now because it's such an iconic mustache.
I wonder if Jessica is like like a cat, like,
okay, but seriously though, that is something I want to know. I genuinely want to know.
I mean,
and I don't know why, but
I do. And it's not like in a creepy way, like, what is it like? But it's
I'm seriously interested in it, because like I don't think I've ever known anyone with that big of a mustache. Otherwise I would go ask other people, but I don't know anyone.
You're like, hey sir, excuse me.
Or what's your wife or your husband think about that mustache?
Yeah.
So anyways, and the thing is that in the last 15 years, there's never been a sit-down interview with Jessica and Sean like they've done with Amber and Graham and almost any other couple.
Imagine.
And I would die to be the one to ask the questions, because you guys know 15 years worth of Gisa questions, like, we're gonna be here a while, but they're gonna be good, and that's gonna be one of them, because I genuinely want to know.
Is that gonna be the first one?
First one, yes. We're gonna start off right off the bat, rip the band-aid off. What's it like kissing that mustache? And the thing is that Sean's kissed me on the cheek before, but I also can't compare that, because that's different.
But it's like, is it a style thing, or why aren't they trimming.
like trimming it a little bit. I don't know. I
Yeah.
wonder if we've never really seen him. I guess we kind of saw him because his season 1 to 3 mustache, you saw his upper lip, right?
I think so. I mean,
I'm gonna Google it, but like it really grew a lot. Because you can't see his upper lip now, and I don't know if that's like mustache owners, please reply.
Yeah, and please, if you can, give us your partner's
Yes,
like a
detailed
statement.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Please.
maybe it's a kink for someone. I don't know. I'm not gonna shame anyone if that's your thing. Like maybe you
No,
like.
of course not. We're not kink shaming anyone around here.
Yeah, but it's just like must have been distracting. Yeah.
No, you can't see his upper lip, so that's the same. But his season 4 and up mustache is definitely thicker, obviously.
I can't believe we've been talking about this like 10 minutes.
I know, we're talking about his mustache for like 10 minutes. Oh my god. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
Okay. Someone said they are underutilizing Caleb and Jade. Much more interesting than Lou's story.
I mean, yes, and
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
It's like,
that's why I like this one, because I'm like, I do agree, but I don't, because like I feel like Caleb and Jade are almost definitely underused, agreed.
yeah,
But I don't know if they're necessarily more interesting than Lou. Sometimes, because
yeah,
everybody's given crappy storylines at some point. So
yeah, but it's like we don't know until we see what they would write for Caleb or Jade.
Yep, agreed. And that's exactly it. We don't know because they don't even really write for either of them anymore.
Even when Lou's storylines drive me a little nuts, I'm still interested in them.
Yeah.
So
like with those episodes when Michelle was gone for whether, she was busy with other stuff or when she had kids, it's very empty without that character.
Yeah, agreed.
So even if it's boring or it was like, ugh, I'm still glad that character is there for.
Yeah, and it's like, even if I don't like it, I can see Michelle giving her everything to the storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, okay, I'm enjoying this, even though I'm not necessarily,
Yeah, and I think about Rachel, who's no context Heartland on Instagram, and I'm like, every time you see someone's favorite character, I'm like, oh my god, I wonder what Rachel thinks about this, and I have to text her about it, right? Like, so I'm happy for the fans and their faves, as you wanna, whatever you wanna call them, because it's like you think of the person and their character. So I think about that a lot too when I'm like, I don't like the storyline, but I bet Rachel's like dying right now.
Yeah, it's always like, oh, this is happening with Tim, and I know people who liked him, like, what are they thinking about it? Stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
agreed.
So it adds a little, this another layer to this watching experience.
Agreed, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's good. Someone said, I wish they explored Caleb and Lou more.
Okay.
No, I know. And it's like, I would say yes, but then that would really make Heartland kind of soap opera-y if you really, because people use that word a lot with this show and it's not true. But I feel like if they would have explored that, then it kind of would have, you know what I mean? It kind of would have leaned more towards that than it
should. Because it's like what happened in season 6. Right?
6, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like I wasn't a fan of that, but in general it was like, if Caleb had always been a little bit older, like let's say he had just been a ranch hand since season 2
and then, he never had a relationship with Amy.
Yeah. So I would have been like, okay, interested, because
it's almost the same as Mitch, right? Because it wouldn't be as awkward if your own sister, you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, you have sisters. So.
Yeah. So it's like interesting to think about, but at the same time it's like I have some problems with the way they wrote things in season 6 and 7. So it's not a definite yes, but I'm like listening if someone has ideas.
Yeah, like it's definitely too late now because both characters are their own ways, but Yeah, if they would have done more of it in season 6, I don't know if I would have liked it, but it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
mean, who knows? Cassandra is in the well, so Lou
Yeah.
might as well adopt Carson or whatever.
Cassandra and Shane are probably married by now or something. Because Shane's like a grown-ass adult.
True. He's like, how old?
Well, wasn't he like 12 when
Something like that.
he came in season 4, which is 11, 12 years ago, which is very impressive. So he's in
Oh,
his
wow.
20s. That's insane.
Yeah,
He'll
I mean,
literally be in his mid-20s.
I mean, I know that because I follow the actor,
Yeah,
but at the
I
same time,
refuse to
it's like
accept it, but yeah.
it's like the character has stayed as a 12-year-old in my mind because
Well, because we never see him. That's all we
Yeah.
know. And I really want to know what Sam Duke thinks about it because he played such what they made us to believe, such an important character, and then that's it.
Yeah, because I remember when season 4 was happening, I was annoyed about the storyline, but at the same time, I was like, okay, fine, if you do this well, like I'm open,
Exactly.
but then
They didn't.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it wouldn't be as bad if they would at least mention him like they used to. Like season 8 when Tim went to go stop Miranda's wedding, they used to at least talk about Shane, or Tim would be like, yeah, I just spoke to Shane. We literally haven't had that in probably since season 8. That's 8 years ago.
And Shane basically adored Tim.
Yeah.
So it's
they made such a big deal about it. They made such a big deal about Tim being able to redo his past failures as a parent and how all this shit, and then we never see him again.
Yeah.
And I obviously don't, but like, does like Jessica know? Does his new wife know about his long-lost love child, or
that would
is he just, oh my god, if he shows up to the ranch one day just because, like, what the actual heck?
Yeah,
oh my
like,
god, please,
are you Amy's client or something? And he's like, I'm Tim's son.
Emotional damage.
They get divorced. Oh my god.
Awkward.
Okay, I want to see that. I want to see that. Please,
Season 16,
someone listen.
Please.
Yes.
Give us.
Oh my god, that'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Would love to see more drunk moments with some of the adult characters.
I mean, it depends what that, entails.
It depends which character too, not the alcoholic, but yeah.
I mean, we've seen Ashley,
Amy,
well, Spiked,
Caleb.
Yeah.
Ty?
Lou.
Lou, yeah.
That's always something I've thought about because we know that Tim had a problem with alcohol and it can be hereditary. What's the word?
Hereditary, yeah. No, you're right.
So I'm always like, is that written?
It's never been brought up.
Yeah.
Because I have one of my best friends, her, she grew up with someone who was an alcoholic, and she drinks, but she's very careful about her consumption.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad for her because of the anxiety that she has around it. So it is surprising that that's never been a thing.
There's definitely difference between, having a drink or whatever every now and then compared to, being an alcoholic. But at the same time,
it's a disease. I'm not like shitting on people. I get that it's a disease.
I've always kind of wanted to know more about Lou's thoughts about that, because when Tim was kind of relapsing in season 5, was it? And she was kind of giving Tim this ultimatum, like, if you're gonna be drunk, you can't see Katie anymore.
Yeah.
So she definitely has some strong opinions about that, but is it? I don't know. I've always been interested about that. I don't know if anyone, like, the characters that we mentioned seem like easy characters to use for that sort of storyline, but I can't see like Jack going like overboard with his wine or whatever.
Yeah.
So
probably younger, but like definitely.
And I don't
make sense.
And Georgie, she's never really been interested in that. I don't know, because even
by the time she turned an adult, she was not really on the show anymore, so we really don't know too much about
Yeah,
what she's up to, you
'cause
know?
it-
And I'm sure she has been, if you're really gonna think about it. She's going to college, like,
Yeah.
obviously she's getting drunk, but
I can't. Season 10, I want to say, when Jade had her party, like this gag and
oh
everything.
yes, that was season 10. Yes, you're right.
So
Yes.
was it her or just Adam, or is just because they were kind of
So-
like, let's go, like not interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was Georgie Adam. What's that girl's name? Sam.
Yeah, and
Mm.
and I can't remember, was the guy who killed Georgie's parent drunk?
Oh, oh my God, you're right.
So I'm wondering if, because
I never thought of this before.
I know it's not like an automatic, like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna drink ever because
No,
my parent. But I
yeah, I
think,
know what you're saying though.
yeah,
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you're right.
because
That's
like I said,
interesting.
it's not automatically like I'm gonna get so
Yeah.
drunk that whatever.
Yeah. Someone said, "How come nobody ever wears a scarf even though it's freezing cold? Is that a Canada thing?"
Is
Okay,
it?
that's just a TV thing. I think about this all the time. When I go to the farm in the morning to let the horses out, I have like 5 layers on. You can't even see my face because it's so cold. What they do on the show is simply for the show. Nobody actually dresses like that in negative 30-degree weather to go to the barn. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
So
Because I'm trying to think, is it a mic thing? Because I know sometimes they hide the mic in
yeah,
like
that too,
hair,
yeah.
or do they put them like neck area? I don't know.
Well, I think Amy just started wearing scarves a little bit, didn't she?
Yeah, because I've been noticing that, and I've been kind of like,
Yeah.
wait, what's happening? Like
nobody
all of a
else.
sudden,
Yeah.
she's cold.
I wonder if that was just like a wardrobe decision. But no, that's a very good point. And I'm thinking it's just like what they do for television.
Yeah, because
Because I'd be wearing like 3 scarves. So
the climate here in Finland is very similar to Canada, and
yeah,
I just look like this little ball
Like,
of like
yeah, agreed. Yep.
scarves and hats and everything when I go out. Like there's no shape
Yeah.
other than me being around.
It's just like
ball.
straight down of like wrapped up and stuff. Yeah. I
Yeah.
normally have like 2 pairs of pants on plus like snow pants and or windbreakers,
Mm.
depending, and then like 2 pairs of socks, my boots, and then at least 3 layers plus a coat, and then so
Yeah.
like that's yeah.
Yeah.
What they show on the show is like for the sake of the show. That ain't not real.
And isn't the ranch situated in a location that has like a lot of windy, like
Yeah,
from
the
the
foothills, yeah.
mountains, like
The
Chinook?
Chinook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's just for TV. There's no way.
yeah,
There's
TV
no way, 'cause
magic.
it's colder in Alberta than it is in Ontario, and
Yeah.
I'm dressing like that in Ontario. Please, I would not survive if I had to dress like she did in that weather. No way.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody said Chase and Amy had chemistry and would have been interesting.
I've never been a fan of Chase. I can understand why some people like the potential, because
Yeah,
he's the kind of character that you either love or hate, I would
Yeah.
say.
agreed. Yeah,
So even when he's annoying, that can be like interesting to some people, but
yeah.
I think he
feel
was
like-
a interesting character, but
Yes.
mm,
I feel like he kind of like harassed her a bit though, if
Yeah.
you really want to think about it. So in an alternate universe, I feel like that could definitely be explored, but he kind of like he was also very hands-on with her too.
yeah, I always
That's
got
a huge
very
red flag.
very uncomfortable about their
Yeah.
scenes, because he
Yeah.
was very like not only physically but like mentally like pushing her, and
Yeah,
I understand that the point of having him around was to kind of push
Right.
Amy out of her comfort zone, but I don't know, I just always got this.
and if we really want to get down to it, I'm sorry guys, she was most likely a minor.
Yeah.
She was still in high school.
Yeah,
So make of that what you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's a no
I,
for
I
me.
I see exactly where this person's coming from. In an alternate universe, I'd agree, but not in this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. Okay. This one's pretty obvious. I like it. Amy needs some friends, preferably some female friends.
Yeah.
I mean, understatement of the century.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree. Hands down.
And it's just like, I mean, I get that, you know, it was important to build her relationship with Ty, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm such a friend person. Like
I know. I love my friends.
Yeah, it's very important for me to have my friends because
Yeah.
they help me grow in a way that no one else does.
Yeah.
You know, maybe. So I don't know. Like, I think relationships can definitely, you know, help you grow.
Yeah.
But there's just something about friendships that's like very powerful.
Yeah, because if you think about when Ty died, Amy would have been grieving completely alone had it not been for Jack and possibly Tim. That's very sad.
Yeah, and it's like, it's great that she has this family, of course, like they're very close, but it, you know, you have to, or at least how I feel is like, have people that are removed from your like home life to kind of see into yourself, if that makes sense.
Agreed. No, I agree with you. Yep, I like 100% agree.
And I really hope that if we get season 16, like that's like one of the main things that they're doing with her character.
Even if it's not Cassandra, and I really wish it would be, just someone new. I don't know. And she already has a lot of male friends, which is great. But like, it's, you know, that connection isn't the same with male as it would be with female to female. That's just my opinion, but I think people agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's interesting. Someone said season 13, episode 1, the cemetery. Okay, this is worded badly, but I'm going to get through it and then hopefully it makes sense. Season 13, episode 1, cemetery, Fenimore Bartlett, great uncle. Fenimore Bartlett and Finn the Farrier, another coincidence. So Jack's great uncle's name was Fenimore, is what I assume this person means, and then Finn the Farrier, because season 13, episode 1, when he takes, which I think is correct too.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing that name there, but
I never put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
that's gotta just be a coincidence. They obviously didn't plan that. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like 2 gens in the show and like, things like that. So it's not like,
yeah, they probably didn't even realize.
But at the same time, I do think because there's history between Jack and, was it Al, the name of the...
I believe so, yes. Yes, Al.
So, I mean, if they would do something with that, like, it would be interesting. If they would have actually foreshadowed it like that, accidentally somehow, but I don't know.
I guess hopefully we'll definitely have more of that character, and hopefully Al too, because like I know it's like some BS high school drama between Jack and Al, but I totally want to see how it goes.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like with Jack and Will, and because Will is no longer with us, it's like, yes, I want to see these grumpy old men like having this kind of because there's history.
For the sake of the drama, like it's a drama show. Just put them in a room together and let them go at it. I don't know.
I mean, you know? It's immature for sure.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. It's super random and.
That's how some old men are.
True though, but like not trying to like stereotypically put every old dude in this group, but like yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Someone said, I think Heartland should have ended after season 8.
I mean, I could see why it would have been a good place to end.
Yeah. To clarify to people, the season 8 finale is when Ty and Amy got married.
Yeah.
So, just so you guys know which season we're talking about.
But knowing after, you know, things that have happened after season 8, I would have still would have wanted to see all of that. I mean, obviously by then we wouldn't have known what would have come, but
right. If there would have been a good season to end the show at, to me that would have been 11. That's my
Yeah.
opinion, but I just feel like the end of season 11 didn't necessarily tie it up in a bow, but it left things up to the imagination. It wasn't a cliffhanger, so it was kind of perfect, and it was just all of the family there.
Yeah,
So it
that's
was like
true.
I could have seen it being the series finale.
I remember thinking back when season 8 finale aired that I can see why it could be a season finale material for some people, but at the same time, I was still kind of a fan of Tiny at that
Yeah.
point. So I really wanted to see what would happen next. I mean, I could imagine it, like them living at Heartland, having kids, whatever, but I wanted to see it.
So, question for you then. Would you have rather it ended at season 8 so that you never had to see Mongolia? Or is it worth watching Mongolia and having more seasons?
It was worth it, even though I didn't like
Oh
it.
my god, it was the worst, the absolute worst. Everybody agrees. Oh my god.
But it's like everything else besides Mongolia, like
Right.
I'm fine.
Season 9 was
with it.
really good though. Season 9
Yeah.
was a phenomenal season that came after season 8, obviously. It's like, it was really good.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything I didn't like about it with any of the characters, and it was also the first season where they really utilized Jack and Lisa, so I was like, oh, this is great.
So
Yeah, I know.
but
I'm like
you
thinking
know,
about it in my head.
if you I mean guess it kind of depends who you're kind of rooting for or who your
Right.
faves.
Right,
'Cause
right,
it's
right.
like
Good point.
if you think about Tiny, like that would have been a great kind of bookmark
For sure. Yeah.
their story. Like they're married now, but I don't know. Because I'm involved with every character, I'm always like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, they
Agreed.
got married, but like what's else, what's
Yeah,
there
because
for
even in the season 8 finale, like the Ty and Amy storyline was like perfectly summed up, but then you had Peter and Lou just got separated. And then like Georgie was going through like a midlife crisis because of it. And so there was those things that definitely, had more to the story of it. So yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, because I don't know, because even if Lou and Peter got divorced, kinda, I mean not
Mhm.
on the paper yet, but it would have been kind of like, okay, so what happens then? Like, okay,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like a family anyway, but like
Yeah.
I want to know more.
So yeah, I see exactly where that person's coming from if you're full centric on the show's Ty and Amy, so I agree
Yeah,
to a point.
but I do wonder if they felt that after the finale, or is it like in retrospect, like, all these
Right.
seasons have not been that
Yeah.
great, so they could have just.
I feel like this is probably coming from someone who, like, obviously, like, was a big Ty and Amy fan. It's like, let's just leave it here because, like, come for like 7 years, your character is gonna die.
Yeah, because
Or
that's
6 years.
that's the kind of
So I
ending
can understand
you
why
want.
someone would want it to end that way. Like, if it was Gisa, I'd agree. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I get it.
Yeah, because you don't want to think about your favorite, well, one of your favorite characters dying and the other one being like miserable about that. Like
Yeah.
that's not the ending you want for your couple.
Absolutely. So I
No.
agree. I understand where this person's coming
Yeah.
from when they say that. This one's kind of a two-parter. This person said, I've always preferred Peter than Mitch, and then continued to say, Lisa should be a main character since the beginning, at least since season 15 aired. So it's kind of like a two-parter. So, in regards to preferring Peter to Mitch, what are your thoughts?
Team Mitch all the way.
Yeah, same.
Like I stan Peter.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay.
Yeah, it's not
with
like it's not like we don't like him, but our preference is
Yeah.
Mitch. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can see why he's, suitable for Lou, but at the same time, it's kind of like they're almost too alike, and I always like opposites more in a way. So Lou and Mitch is more interesting to me in that sense.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
for sure.
But as for the
And the
Lisa
last-
thing, definitely a main character because it's like, why the heck not?
Well, it's insane that she hasn't been, and it's like, if we get, I swear to God, if we get season 16, and we're like 99.9% certain that we have, and she's still not on the effing poster, what do you even do at this point if you're waiting 16 years for your favorite character to be on a poster that she should have been on from at least from season 8, because that's when the characters got married in season 7. So I'm like, at least put her on the poster for season 8. That would have been perfect. No. 9, no. 10, no. 11, 12, no, because she wasn't even freaking there. 13, obviously not. 14, no idea. 15, nope, nothing. Bye.
Earlier season, Scott was in the
Oh my
poster.
god, right? Peter.
Yeah.
Peter.
So it's like, what does she have to do
No, I know.
to get there?
This really feels sexist to me if you're gonna think about it. And obviously don't know all the reasons behind it. But the fact that they're willing to put Scott and Peter on the poster, who I also agree should be there. Like, they are, semi-main characters, but like,
and even Caleb was there.
I know. She's married to the main character. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
The grandmother, the godmother.
She's literally the great-grandmother to all these children. Like, since the first season, though, like, she's been in it since season 1, episode 3.
Yeah, longer
Can you
than
imagine?
Some other characters.
Longer than Peter, first of all. Longer than Caleb. So that's why I feel like it's sexist, but I don't know. But can you just imagine being Jessica Steen and you're on a show for 15 years and it's like, wait another 10 years, we'll see if you can go on the poster.
As you can see behind your shoulder, they take those promos.
This one?
No, that one.
The Sean one.
No. The one with Jessica. Move a little.
Oh!
This one. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because they obviously have pictures of her.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just use them? I don't know. Just an idea. I don't know why you take them and don't use them for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Someone said season 14 was good.
Agreed.
100,000% agreed.
Enough
This
said.
is a 3-parter, so bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
Ty leaving for Mongolia was not a smart move for the writers. He wants to be there for Amy, and yet Bob is able to convince him to leave while she's pregnant. I wish they didn't do that same plot twice in season 10 and 11. Understatement of the whole show.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with everything. And it's like, I understand that they needed to write him out. I don't know if that was the best way they could have. I mean,
I can think of like 50 different ways. Like, so many different ways to do it. Like, why didn't they just kill him off in season 10, honestly?
It just
why
seems
drag
so
a crappy storyline out that long?
So random. Like,
yeah,
Mongolia?
It really was. Like, why Mongolia? What a random place.
Yeah, I remember because, well, I think you knew about it as well when it happened.
Well, we found out about it before anybody else found out about it because
when
I don't even remember who was it. The random person on Tumblr. Okay.
Yeah, because they were giving me like this sneak peeks or like little tidbits about the scripts, and they were like, "Okay, so Ty's going to Mongolia," and I was like, "Wait, what? You're joking, right?" Because what the heck?
Because we're like, this person can't be for real, right? Like at that point, we didn't know for certain if these spoilers we were getting were accurate, and then it actually happened.
Yeah,
and they ended up giving me like the biggest Jesus spoilers of like the whole season. Oh my god, what a time to be alive! Wow.
Because like they had given me some like the things they had talked about season 9 turned out to be true,
right?
Because they were like, okay, Amy's gonna make a big announcement in the finale, kind of like wink wink, and I was like, okay, pregnant, obviously. And so I knew that the information they were giving me were, accurate, or like there was some.
We literally have no idea who this person is, guys.
Yeah.
So don't even ask.
So
we have no idea.
even if you're like waterboarding me, like I don't know who that is.
We literally have we never even got a name. It was like a random Tumblr user.
Yeah. So then they were like, okay, so by the time episode 4 happens, Ty's off to Mongolia, and I was like, are you like are you like checking if I'm like trustworthy?
Has to be a joke. Yeah.
Because if I leak that, then like, oh, she.
Yeah, Well, it's like, it was such a funny season, like the whole year, because that person had told me what happened in episode 5 of that season when Lisa's aunt comes, and it's like a very centric Jace episode. And obviously that's the spoilers I wanted to know about. And I ended up going on set, people. I ended up going on set, and someone was like, well, you know who I'm talking about, was like, yeah, so Lisa's relatives come in this upcoming episode, and I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, who told you? I knew it. Somebody's leaking spoilers. It was so funny. You don't even know. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. God.
You're like, I just heard some people talk about it. No, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my
so
God, that was
even
fun.
back then I was like, this doesn't make sense. And even back now, whenever
And then
I'm
it
like,
happened again. It happened
yeah,
again.
I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I thought we
Like
were done.
once wasn't enough. Like
I did my year in this Mongolia jail. Like,
we went to jail for a year. Like a second year was not necessary. Thank
Yeah.
you. Peter and Wyatt's stepmom were a cute couple. I wish we could have seen more of that.
I always felt a little bad for Jen.
I know she was getting used as the rebound, and she
Yeah.
clearly wanted more when Peter was literally just there for the rebound. So
And-
yeah, she deserved better than.
You know, she was, I don't know if we ever saw that, but I would imagine that she was in a very vulnerable position because her husband had passed away. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like,
Yeah.
I always felt like she deserved to be loved. And
And
you know,
how awkward is it that their kids were
yeah,
together,
I was
right?
always like,
that was kind of like, is this some Alabama cousin shit happening right now? Like,
have you seen that movie Clueless? The 90s
Yes.
movies.
of course.
Weren't their parents like,
Yeah.
because they were
I'm
like
pretty sure,
step
yeah.
siblings and then they fell in love or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
is this gonna be one of those things? Because
Well,
you know,
it's like,
Wyatt and Georgie were already involved, but I was like, I don't know if I want to see them like, because
it's called incest, people.
I mean, it's not like blood relation, but
No,
it's
but
still a little.
you're walking a very fine line.
Yeah.
You're walking a very fine line.
I mean, I know by that time Georgie and Wyatt weren't together, but I was like, because I really like them together, but I
Me too.
always wonder, like, I don't know if I want them to get back together if this Jen and Peter thing
Oh,
is
God.
happening. So that was
that's traumatic. That is traumatic.
And I always felt like Jen had some characteristics.
Characteristics. Yeah, you said it right.
Similar to Lou. So
Yeah.
I always felt like maybe Peter was drawn to that, and maybe he was in it for the wrong reasons. So I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
But
for
if
sure, he was.
all these things aside, like if they were just this couple
Yeah.
with no like all this baggage, sure.
Yeah, and it would have been cool to see, like, obviously the reason Mitch and Lou aren't together is because Kevin had to leave the show, and that's literally the only reason they probably put Lou and Peter together. And had that not happened, Peter and Jen could stay together, and then Mitch and Lou, and I feel like that would have worked because then, and by that point, Georgie had Quinn, right?
Yeah.
So it could have worked.
Imagine though, like having some kind of family gathering and then Wyatt coming like, "Hey, what's up, Georgie?" And Quinn's like, "What up?" Like
Oh my God.
I'm with her now, and it's like
I want to see that.
awkward. But yeah,
And I don't think we're probably ever going to see Jen or Wyatt again.
yeah, in the well.
Yeah, down the well you go. Someone literally needs to make a Photoshop edit of the
Oh,
Heartland well with.
like a really long well with everyone being like,
Well, it has to be long because there's gonna be a lot of people in there. So, especially, I've been thinking so much about Georgie's brother. Oh my God, what was the point? What was the point? He missed all of her like big, like graduation and all that stuff.
competitions.
And he never speaks of it. Oh my God. Anyways,
Yeah.
that just makes me want to cry. Someone responded to your Heartland on my Heartland Unpopular Opinions thing on Instagram and said, "I think our chat is full of them."
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, so moving on to that. Okay, last one. Someone said he, and I'm assuming this means Peter, he's not the guy for Lou. Lou is Mitch's girl. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
like can't go back, but I like agree.
But at the same time, Lou's her own woman, so
Yeah, no,
let's get that.
for sure. That's a yeah, little old school, but yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was. Oh, I just missed one, but someone said I love Tim, which is under unpopular opinion. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
love Tim
I
too.
feel like it's changing though.
Yeah, he's gotten to be more likable for sure.
Yeah.
I think
Because
over the
it's like
years.
I'm a little scared because I liked his character now, and he was always like in the past, he was always just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
But if I revisit the older episodes, am I like, oh no, I remember all of this now, and like why
Yeah.
he has such a
Yeah, he was a little insufferable, like kind of in season 2 though. Like
yeah.
I was like, oh my god, Tim, pull it together. But he really there's been a lot of character development with Tim. So
Yeah, and
I loved him.
I've liked his, journey and arc and
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, because it's subtle, but it's still visible enough for you to kind of see, okay, that's where he started from and now he's here. So
yeah. I would have never like obviously cut to like season 1 or 2. I don't think anyone would have ever thought that the character was going to be getting married at some point.
no.
Like ever. And I feel like because it's such a big deal, I think that Tim got remarried, that I'm surprised there wasn't more of a conversation about it between Tim and his daughters.
Yep. I mean, we talked about that when
Drives me nuts.
Wedding
Like,
episode was happening. 'Cause
it's a big deal. And they I remember season 2, Amy made such a big deal about seeing Tim with what's her face?
Callie.
Oh my god. Yes. And obviously that was a long time ago, but still, like, if you put yourself in her position, I would be asking questions or I would be having a conversation.
I was hoping maybe there would be like scene between either Amy and Jessica and
Yeah.
or Lou and Jessica, like, am I gonna call you a stepmother now? Like
But,
what is this
seriously though?
Yeah,
And the
like
same, what do they call her? Like, because didn't Katie and was it Parker? No, Lindy, who asked to be Flower Girl. Did they not call her they just called her Jessica, right?
yeah, I think so.
Or they did not even say
I
anything
mean,
at all.
I think that can be kind of common. Like you don't even
Yeah.
if you
Well, they
marry
do the same
someone,
with Lisa.
yeah, even if you
They just call her Lisa.
marry
Yeah.
someone who already has kids, they don't have to call you the stepmother.
Yeah, for
but I
sure.
would have wanted to see a scene where Jessica's like, oh my gosh, no, like let's just be like this, like adults, like we don't have
it's
to
like
do
it reminds me of the when Lou got married in the conversation that Lou and Lisa had, and she's like, I'm never gonna try to replace your mom, but like that should have happened with Jessica and Lou and Amy.
Yeah, especially with Lou and Jessica. 'cause
Yeah.
that's
And Jessica and Amy have had like no scenes one-on-one at all.
no, like they've been
So-
in the scene together, but I don't think they've talked to each other.
And I'm still not over how basically no one really cared that they eloped.
It's
Like
like
his own daughters, like Amy was like, oh, okay, whatever. I just feel like it would be a bigger deal than that
Like-
if your dad came back married.
didn't Lou have a kind of a
Yeah,
weird thing
Lou
about-
did.
I mean,
But it's like, it reminds me of when Jack and Lisa eloped and Lou
Yeah.
reacted like Lou and Amy was like, okay, whatever. So I get that that's probably just like the character's personality, but I feel like it should also be different when it's her father. And there's
Yeah.
so much water under that bridge because of Marion that, yeah.
yeah, and it's like they don't. I mean, Lou obviously knows Jessica, but not this new Jessica
Yeah.
that well, and Amy
Clearly, yeah.
doesn't really have any idea who she is. So it's kind of
At
like,
all. And like I get they can only put so much into a season. Like I get that. But
mm,
it's just such a little thing to ask for. Cause that's the other reason why I didn't like the wedding episode. It didn't have any of that
yeah.
whatsoever.
Like
Alright.
I love the scenes with Amy and Logan, but maybe if they had done that in the previous episode or something like that, and the winning episode would have been just about, you know, these relationships and
Or at
the
least if Amy worked with Jessica and the horse.
yeah, maybe at the end of the episode they would have been like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do a join up and I'll show
Yeah.
you a little bit of
That exactly. And then that gives the chance for those two characters to have their, you know, one-on-one
yeah.
chat or whatever you want to call it. So yeah,
Would have
agreed.
been a nice ending for
So
that
many missed
episode.
opportunities. You know, hopefully season 16 will bring some of that. Like,
Yeah.
and they're not even big asks either. It's just like have a quick little.
Yeah, it's some things that's like I would be okay with, but it's something like this, it's like you had your chance, like that.
I
No,
know
it
you
seems kind
can't
of
really go back.
yeah.
It's they missed their time to bring it up. So
Yeah.
it's what it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was all of your guys's confessions and very unpopular opinions that kind of agree with a lot of them. So they're really good. Thank you.
Yeah, I was surprised that there were so many because, you know, you never know when you have your username attached to something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, it's gonna stay anonymous. You guys are safe. Don't worry.
Yeah, and we're not gonna be like, oh, so that person thought of that thing. Like,
yeah, no, this is literally about fictional characters. Someone's gonna get that pressed about fictional characters. Y'all need to go and get a psychiatric evaluation.
Like, it's just for fun and entertainment, and
literally
just to
for fun.
kind of because I feel like sometimes it's kind of sad that people don't feel like they can share something without being judged, because it's like, no, it's just different ideas about something that we all watch.
It's not even real, so you can't get mad about something that's like not even real. If someone's saying awful things about the actors or their acting, then I understand why you guys, like, people need to be like, you need to shut up, you know, but not over fictional characters.
But especially a lot of those kind of confessions, like the mustache thing, like
that was the best.
The random things people think about, but we all kind of think about them sometimes.
We do. We all secretly do, and that's why I wanted this, because it's like these are the secrets everybody has, and they're scared to think. And so I wanted to ask you, like, what's something you're like scared to tell people about the show? Like your unpopular opinion or confession that's like I'm trying to think of mine, honestly.
Yeah, because it's like, because I was thinking about this, and at the same time I'm like, I don't know if it's like a known thing, but I do think that when Ty and Amy first got together, like there was a lot of like this, like, because of they were kind of opposites of each other.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love that kind of thing. So I was drawn to that. But I feel like later on, it kind of, I mean, I know that they were still married and everything, but I felt like it kind of started to go against the relationship.
It didn't feel like Ty and Amy anymore.
Yeah. So I would say that's kind of my
No, I agree with you. I really do. Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily even about Graham wanting out or anything like that. I just feel like the storylines were kind of bleak.
Yeah. It's more of the writing that we're not talking about the actors and or characters, but just kind of like their storylines and what they're, if you want to call it character growth, but a little questionable.
Whoever said that Mongolia thing, it was like, it was always such a big deal for Ty to kind of not do what his dad did. So that was one of those things, like, I don't really know
like,
who
how
this
could they do that?
Yeah, like who this character is. Like,
I know. It did not feel like the Ty that we knew and loved. Like, he would have never left his family. Not to save a bear, not to save a cockroach, not to save a human.
Yeah.
He would have not left his wife and unborn baby's side.
So that's one of those things that I don't know, something just switched, and I feel like they didn't necessarily fit together anymore. I know there was all that history, but like, if you were to say to someone like, okay, just look at season 12, like, what do you think? Is this a happy marriage, or do you think they're very much in love, or like, do you see the connection why they're together and everything like that?
No.
I don't know if people would be like, oh yeah, like totally. But
I mean,
if
probably a lot of people in denial would, but
yeah, but
like
if
the
if
way
you
that
wouldn't
Ty was
know,
disrespectful towards his wife many times in season 12, or like belittled her or whatever, I'm like, this is not it. This is
yeah,
not Ty and Amy
yeah,
or how they should be or we want them to be, but yeah, that was not it. It was like becoming kind of abusive
yeah,
in
because
a way.
it was like I understand they need the drama and everything like that,
Yeah.
but I just never felt like they like even if they had like different opinions or had a fight or anything like that,
Yeah.
like even if they kissed, it was kind of like, "Nah, like I love
There was
you."
no chemistry
Like
whatsoever. It was so dry.
I
Like it
didn't
was like, what is going on?
I didn't feel like even after everything they went through, they would have been like, this was just stupid. Like we
Yeah.
love each other. Like, come on, get over here and like let's hug and whatever. I never felt that in the later seasons with them. So I
Yeah,
guess
they had more
that's
chemistry
my
in like the first
yeah.
probably 8, 9. Yeah, I'd say 1 to 9 was the best for Ty and Amy.
Yeah. I
'Cause
felt
10
like
is when I went.
the playfulness was gone that I
Yeah.
kind of
They were like an old married couple,
yeah.
but not a fun one.
Yeah, because I don't know, like I've never been married that young or married at all.
Yeah,
So
they did get married very young, or at least
So-
Amy did.
but I want to believe it's not always like that. So
No, I know, yeah.
Like-
You have to. Yeah,
Mhm.
agreed. There's probably so many that I have, but the one that comes to my mind is how much I would have loved if Caleb and Amy were together. Always shipped them since season 2. Always. There was so much chemistry there in season 2. That's my unpopular, probably problematic opinion.
I don't know if that's the reason why I'm writing Amy Mitch fan fiction because it's like
Yep.
like I said, like I like the opposites thing, but at the same time, I feel like Amy and Caleb, like they shared something Ty
Yeah.
would never be able to share with Amy.
Yep.
And
Caleb wasn't as he didn't have as much baggage as the character Ty did either, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't bringing his like abusive parents into the mix and putting all of his crap onto Amy and making
Yeah.
her deal with it, kind of thing. So I felt like it would have been a healthier relationship.
I mean, he
maybe.
had his problems for sure.
Of course.
But
yeah.
I think if they had worked those out together, it would have been interesting.
Yep.
Because it's like,
even if they would have been together for a little bit, like even because they weren't really together, they were kind of like on and off, and then the
Mm.
Ashley thing happened. So
Yeah.
even if they would have just put those two together for a whole season just to kind of see and explore that, but
Yeah.
they really kind of didn't.
I know at the time I probably would have hated it because
Yeah.
I was like, Ty and Amy together forever. But like looking back now, I'm like, damn, that was a missed opportunity.
And then I look at them now and it's like I love their friendship. They do have a nice friendship. So it's like it's kind of like I don't know. If could go back, I would, and I would love to see how it goes, but at the same time I do like where their friendship is. So it's yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I still would have liked to see it explored.
Because I'm thinking like it kind of bums me that they introduced Caleb and Ashley so soon, but at the same
Yeah.
time I understand because there was that involvement with Amy and Caleb. Like if that would have happened later on, maybe it would have been harder to ship Caleb with Ashley, because if you were more involved
Mm.
with Amy and Caleb, you would have been
Yeah.
like, no, don't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you really think about it, and this was every show was doing it in like the early 2000s, having kind of like an appropriate age gap, because
Mhm.
Ashley and Amy were high school students. Okay. So Amy would have been like 16 and Caleb was who knows how old, right? And same with
I
Ashley.
think like over 18, maybe.
Yeah,
19,
see,
20?
it's not that much of an age difference, but it is when you're considered a minor.
Yeah.
So that's slightly problematic now, but every show did that at that point. So but yeah, it's kind of slightly
Yeah.
little bit crossing the line a little bit, but
Mhm.
Anyway, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank you for thank you for battling your fear and sending in these very problematic opinions. They were great.
yeah,
They were great. You guys are safe. We're not gonna like send it to the CIA or anything. So you're
yeah.
good.
Like, keep an eye on those people because it's like,
Yeah, watch your
yikes.
back. Watch your back.
Yeah,
for sure.
and before we did this episode, we asked your guys' opinion about, what should we do next, and this confession episode was one of them. But I also got high numbers from rewatching an older episode.
Oh
So
my god, which one?
that's
There's
the
so
thing.
many. We have to make them choose because I'd be sitting here forever if I had to pick one.
Yeah. So I was thinking we could do that next week,
Yes,
and
please.
you guys can choose. And I know this episode will be up on Saturday and we'll be filming on Tuesday, hopefully. So,
Mhm.
make it quick because you
Yeah.
want to watch it before we film so you can make
Yes.
comments about it. But yeah, that's what's happening next week. The last time we did that, it was just us rewatching. But this time
Mhm.
we want to get you involved because you
Yes.
guys are more active than
Yeah, it's
you
it's it doesn't we don't have a podcast if we don't have the interaction.
yeah.
Because we could sit here and talk about ourselves, but that gets super boring after a while. So you bring in
Yeah.
other people's opinions and that sparks the conversation that we're looking
Yeah.
for. So
This fandom isn't just about our opinions or
yeah,
we want to hear everyone else's opinions.
Yeah.
And people have
everyone's agreed.
people have a lot of thoughts and opinions that we might not even think about
Yeah.
otherwise. So we love that aspect. And yeah, that's what's happening next week.
Like I literally learned more things about the show
Yeah.
from a lot. Like the Fenimore Bartlett, never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
That's like crazy detail. What was the other one? Yeah, I think it was that one that I was most stunned by, but the Mitch and Amy one that I was like, oh. Like I never would have thought of it. And then Soile is like over there writing fan fiction for it.
I'm like, I've already been on that mindset for 2 years or something like that, like for a long time.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Wow. I can't believe it's been that long without Mitch. I miss that character so much.
Every
He
time
deserved better.
Yeah, every time I watch an older episode or a clip or I see something, I'm like, damn, I miss him. I know he's,
Yeah. I would watch other stuff he's in, but like I can't get into the show he's on now. I find it so boring. And that's just my opinion. And I'm like,
I want to see him in a show that I want, love
know.
watching.
I want to see him in a cowboy hat again.
Yeah, and his character is very interesting and underexplored, if that's even a word. So
yeah.
Yeah.
He brought so much to the show, and it's like they really need a stable hand.
Yeah.
So when they brought Mitch in, I'm like, this is perfect. This is great. Like, who do they have now? So it's like just having that one extra body and that one extra character storyline really makes a difference. And like, I miss that because Jack's like 100. Tim's getting up there in age. Amy has a life. Georgie is not there. Who's taking care of how many horses that they have?
Yeah, and exactly, that's it. Like, I feel like, and understandably so, these last couple of seasons have been very relationship focused.
For sure.
Yeah. But bringing him in and having him involved with the horses would maybe bring out more horse stories.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for this episode. You guys have been enjoying the shorter episodes, so we're like, all right, it helps us to keep it short, and you guys like the short episodes, so here you go.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be going back to like 2-hour episodes when season 16 starts, so you guys better enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So till next week, keep your noses clean
And your powder dry.
See you.